Hey everybody, 5th Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we've got a new recruit, Bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. You are our newest recruit. I don't know exactly when or what you'll be doing. Ankro and RD are probably going to be the next guys to launch. But you'll be doing something, I promise. We got a lot of stuff coming up in our window. If you look here, we've got a Eve window opening up. We've got a Jewel window opening up. And we've got a Min-Mist to Moon window opening up in a mere 4 hours. But first, before we do that, we've still got to we got to get our fuel lander in orbit. So, ooh, look at that, pretty times. Okay, so yeah, he's in orbit actually right now. Now, yeah, what we're doing now is we are an hour and change away from this node here, where he's going to. Let's just get into target mode here. So let's crank up time. Let's get him around. Yeah, see, it's 60 meters per second. It's a tiny, tiny little encounter. Sadly, it's happening on the darkish side. Close the alarm and pause. Let's turn off this Kethane grid here. Don't care about it currently. Oh, Moon Arch. We're going to be landing there in order to get some science pretty soon. Let's see. What do we got? There's our... Okay, when I said there's our space station, I expected it to actually show up somewhere. Am I blind? I've gone blind. I can't... Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's coming fast. So we are going to crank up the volume here. Burning a retrograde relative to the space station. It's a mere 1.5 kilometers away. We want to not only kill our velocity, but get ourselves aimed so we're heading kind of towards it, which it looks like we are now. We don't want to be heading towards it quite this fast, though. That would be a lot. What do we still... Yeah, we still got 3,000 meters per second. That's right, I'm docking here to dump off some fuel. Okay. You've seen me dock before. There is absolutely nothing special about this maneuver. So, I'm going to dock with this guy, and then I'm going to get this guy possibly down to the base, assuming it's in the sun, and start refueling it, and then I will come back, though, when we're about to send Rob and Nathan from Min-Mist to the moon via this transfer window. I figured, Kercinee, you would like to see this. You have successfully landed right square on the moon with a about 200 delta V left. I gave you a very small margin, and you successfully landed within that margin. So well done. Well done. Sweet. Your ship is now attached to the Kethane base. And, okay, now this Kethane base, sadly, though, is completely out of fuel. So we are going to deploy the drills. And let's see, activate. Yeah, monopropellant. Might as well make monopropellant too. Let's just fill up all these things and then transfer them into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the pump level on this ship to 0, I guess. And we're going to set the pump level on all these fuel tanks. Actually, yeah. 1 auto pump, yes. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to be pumping fuel for a while here, obviously. So I will be back when I am done with that. Okay, the window is here. So I have come back to my station here. The Kethane drilling is taking quite a long time, as I suppose you could expect. I think Nathan is in the pilot's chair of this. Let's go ahead and hit F5. Do quick save. Okay, we are quick saved. I am going to release this. And it seems to be okay. We've got Nathan at the controls, and we've got Rob in the science room, which is exactly what we want. This is a crazy ship. The only engine is on the very bottom here. So we are gonna, I guess we'll control from here. Doesn't really matter where we control from. It has to be one of these two things. If we control from here, let's turn on the computer. There we go. Okay, now we need to plan our Minmus to Moon transfer. And we want to slow down. Actually, very close to now. Ideally, we will slow our... Actually, I'm sorry, speed up to slow down our orbit. Whoa, crazy time. That happened so fast. To get our orbit out to moons and get an encounter. And there we go. And that is a 84 meter per second burn. In about 10 minutes. So we're just going to aim ourselves at it, do a little bit of time warp, make sure that we don't bump into the station here. Things are looking good. Minmus is getting a little crowded, I see. We've got stuff everywhere. But what are you going to do? Well, other than, you know, keep your orbits clean. But yeah, we're doing science. Well, we're not doing science. We're getting science to the place where we're going. And actually, you know what we should do? Before we get to this burn, we might as well observe the materials bay. Might as well keep it. And observe the mystery goo, which is around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Observe the mystery goo. Might as well keep that. Because we're going to be cleaning these out in the science lab here. We should also... might as well keep all the ones of these that give us any science. 5 is our solar panels. And these ones didn't come up because I forgot to put them in the action group, which is annoying. Not a big deal, but annoying. We can't actually do the cleaning and the sciencing until we get this burn done. But we might as well get the ship ready to go here. Because I got to have both Kerbals in the science lab to do the sciencing. And actually, I just realized something. Well, that's okay, because we'll be doing all the sciencing at the station, and Kercinee will be there. Because watching Don Lorenzo's videos, if you don't watch him, you should. He's really good. He's a lot crazier than I am. He's got real solar system and deadly reentry installed and stuff. He found out that just having 2 guys in the science module isn't enough because you need somebody in a command seat in order to tell those scientists to work. Because you know scientists are lazy and they don't like to work. So we're going to speed up time again here, get to our maneuver node. And I honestly don't know what this guy's thrust to weight ratio is. I'm sure it's garbage. To get 84 meters per second, though, we're talking... Yeah, it's well under a minute. Probably under 30 seconds. Looks like 200 meters per second. Yeah, it's going to be just under 30 seconds. I guess not well under 30 seconds. So we're going to hit F5. And we are going to crank this time down to a minute. We'll try cranking down to 25 seconds or so. We'll do our test burn here. Oh, we will stage. Oh, God. Then we'll do our burn. Yeah, about 30 seconds. So we're perfect. Yeah, the thrust to weight on this thing is horrible. But that's okay, because we're doing very simple stuff around Moon and Minmus. And we are far more concerned about our delta V than we are our thrust to weight ratio. And as soon as these fuel tanks run out, we're dumping them. I don't care where we are or what we're doing. But we're going to finish this burn here. We're going to be pretty accurate on it, because I would like to get that actual encounter with the moon. Let's see if we've got it. Looks like we got it. We do have a moon encounter. So when we leave Minmus's sphere of influence, we're going to tweak that moon encounter so that it's not as crappy as it is right now. Yeah. Let's set moon as our target. Let's actually do it at this ascending node where we're off by 8 degrees. And it's positive 8 degrees. I would like to modify the maneuver node, please. There we go. It's got to be 0. Yeah, it doesn't even show up anymore. Okay. So now we're actually, that is actually makes us flat. So then if from here we do a radial, simply flipping our orbit around, which that did. Yes, it did, because now we're coming in this way and going around that way. So then let's bring our radial back in a little bit. And that's really close to perfect, to be honest. Perfect world, that is our burn. So, we'll be doing that. Let's see, we don't need this anymore. That's in a day. The problem is our Kercinee base, the sun has just set. So, we can't do any mining anymore until an entire... Let's see, the sun is this way. We're going to be around the back of this thing. Where's the sun? The sun's over here. So yeah, like right before we get there, the sun is going to be rising at the Kercinee base. So we don't really have to worry about that until the time comes. So I think what I'm going to do here is make sure we're in the sun. We are. Okay, now I'm going to do some work here. We're going to get these experiments. Oh, that's right. We can't do it because we have to wait until we get there. So no big deal. I just realized it. Did I seriously forget the other experiments? Like the thermometer and stuff? I think I did. Oh my god. I forgot. I was so busy setting up my... other stuff, I forgot the thermometer and the thing. You know what? We're going to be landing. They don't have... I don't know what they have on them. Because we can actually take the thermometer and something off of the other things. I think I'm actually going to make a care package and send it. You know what? Let's do that now. I'm going to go hop back to the thing, and I'm going to make a little care package, and I'll be back when I got that. Okay, Commander Newzor has built, or has not built, he has designed a care package. 8 parts, very simple. We're going to load it up. All it needs is 81 rocket parts and 10 electric charge and some liquid fuel and oxidizer. We got plenty of it. So we're going to build this, and then we're going to release it, and then we're going to control it, and we're going to get this solar panel out and extended before he runs out of charge. He's very, very simple. He has about, I think it was 900 delta V, which is plenty. The only thing is we're not optimal anymore. And we got to wait in orbit, which kind of sucks. But I'm sure we can still get a decent moon encounter here. And we've got an encounter right there. So that's perfect. We're going to do that burn. Make sure we're not breaking our solar panel off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get crazy. Just get away from the space station. Yeah, we've got 935 delta V. And these, like... Yeah, it's going to take like 300 to get there, so we're fine. I used the smallest fuel tank. I tried one of the toroidal fuel tanks, and it had so much delta V on it, it was ridiculous. So yeah, I basically have everything that's not atmospheric, and I brought along an antenna too, because hey, who knows? Maybe they want to transmit something home. Tell their wives they love them and they miss them. I should call this the alfalfa probe. the solar panel sticking up out of its head. But let's see. That's the next thing to happen in 45 minutes, so no sense waiting. So hopefully we won't be doing this in the dark because... Actually, let's go ahead and turn off the computer so that the only thing using up power is the probe core. And it still drains the battery dry. But luckily the sun is going to rise here. Yeah, luckily the sun is on Kerbin's side of the street. And yeah, this burn is probably going to take about a second. So we are going to... Actually, we'll turn the computer on again now. And I barely tested this thing just to make sure it was fairly centered, and it's centered enough that that the probe core's reaction wheels can keep it steady. That's the only thing I cared. There we go. And at 1, I think I'm just going to hit it. And that's basically it. I might need to turn around and slow down a little. It looks like I will. Let's set moon as a target. Let's flip us around retrograde. And oh, looks like we actually needed to burn more, huh? I thought I had passed my maneuver node, but apparently I did not. There we go. Moon encounter, that's all I care about. Now, the care package has a, in 5 hours it's going to be leaving. I think I'm going to actually switch back to my ore scanner for the next 5 hours. And I will meet you when I'm doing the care package's maneuver node sets. Okay, we're back. I just did my burns here to get really close, and it's crazy how much delta V, or how much thrust to weight ratio this guy has. I had to thrust limit his engine down to 10% so that when I tapped very slightly, this periapsis didn't go like way past the moon in this way or way past the moon the other way. It was crazy. And even so, even with it limited down to 10, it was very touchy. So I'm going to live with this encounter here. I've got plenty of delta V. I've used like about 10% of it, and I've already got my encounter. So I think we're fine as far as that's concerned. So the next thing that's going to happen is the MegaSciencer in 19 hours. I was scanning the surface of Minmus, but I'm kind of getting bored with that. So I think I'm just gonna fast forward here until sunrise. Like sunrise is coming. Might even be here. Let's go ahead and switch to him. Yeah, it's still nighttime. We still have no electric charge, so we're just waiting until sunrise. Or until 7 hours goes by. But the long lunar night is almost over. There we go. Our Kethane is full. Our oxidizer and liquid fuel are full. And our monopropellant's full. So actually this guy's completely full. Which is good. We got liquid fuel and oxidizer in all of the tanks. We've got monopropellant. So this base has done its job, and it's full on its own. So, go ahead and hop back out. Let's see, unlink, grab. Oh, Kercinee, you just like did a header right on the thing there. You don't seem to care. At least they haven't simulated breaking your faceplate when you slam it into a piece of concrete on the surface of the moon. Okay, go ahead and grab onto that and get yourself in. We got 2 hours. I think we're just going to launch. Let's see where our space station is. It has just passed us by. So I think... yeah, I think it's wise just to get this guy in orbit. We can get him into like a... yeah, the orbit of the space station's at 50. So if we get this guy into a 25 orbit, we'll be fine. And we want to go east, which is this way on the nav ball. Which I believe, if I remember correctly, is this way on the reality here. So let's go ahead and... was this my Minmus ship? This must have been my Minmus ship. Because it does not have the thrust to weight. Oh my god, that is hilarious. And I have nowhere to put the liquid fuel. I have to burn it. Because we have filled up those tanks. Now that's funny. So we have to burn off a bunch of fuel before we can lift this thing off the ground. Oh my word, I can't believe I did that. Okay, well, ideally one fuel delivery will be enough, or at least, or maybe I'll remember and I'll set this fuel, yeah, I'll set this guy to 8. So that he never fills up. Oh my god. What a noob mistake there. But anyway, okay, I'm burning this fuel away. We might not have time to launch this guy. I can't believe I'm wasting all this fuel. I will be back when either he starts lifting off or the 2-hour mark comes. Okay, Kercinee has been running the engine. We have burned up about a tank and a half of fuel, and our thrust-to-weight ratio is now 1.001. And I think that means we can take off. I also have the surface thrust-to-weight ratio of less than 1. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're going to find out when I try to launch after I hit F5. Because one thing I'm not going to do is run the engine for another 20 minutes like I just did. Well, I did it at 4 times acceleration, so it was only about 5 or 10 minutes. So we're going to kick the gas. And yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Kercinee's a show-off. Okay, we apparently got to get our surface thrust to weight above 1 before we can take off. So I'll do that, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, our surface thrust to weight ratio is over 1. Let's hit F5 again, and try this again. Come on. It's freaking crazy. This is crazy. I think it would be better. Sorry, car. I might totally destroy you. It might actually be better to take this thing to Minmus. And, get the fuel there and bring it to Moon. Because this is freaking nuts. We're basically gaining about a decimeter per not even second, yeah. We're gaining we're gaining about a decimeter a second now. Oh, that's crazy. Let's go ahead and just set this guy up the way we normally launch off of Kerbin. Why not? We have the time. Yeah, Kethane mining on the Moon might not be the most efficient way to mine Kethane. But anyway, we're launching this guy, and he's going to the stars. Kercinee, you're a very patient man. Okay, we'll be back when I actually get this thing up to the space station, or at least into orbit. I just wanted you guys to see this. I tilted over just to give myself some left-hand progress, but this is just nuts. We are barely rising at all. We are 3 seconds from our apoapsis, and we've been between 2.5 and 3.5 seconds from our apoapsis since we started. And we're just chugging through fuel. This is horrible. This is a terrible plan. I don't know whose idea this was, but whoever's idea it was should get fired, and I'm pretty sure it was me. But I'm hoping... Actually, let's raise up our landing gear. I'm hoping we'll crest this far wall before we reach it. That's why I haven't turned over anymore. But as soon as we do crest that wall, I'm gonna turn this guy fairly aggressively to the right, because this is a horrific burn from an efficiency perspective. Scott Manley would be yelling at me. If he does watch this, he is probably yelling at his screen right now. But, yeah. We are going 100 meters per second in our orbit, which is progress, right? But yeah, we've not quite used up all the fuel in these guys. I mean, that's the one thing is these nuclear engines, they don't use very much fuel, which is good. It says here that my fuel is full, but that's just because these guys only look at these 2 tanks. They don't look at the rest of these tanks. But yeah, this is a horrible. I mean, we filled up all 5 of these tanks, and we're barely off the surface, and we have gone through 2 of them already. Just to get off the ground, we almost had to go through 2 of them. But I'm going to keep you here until I get over this ridge, because I'm not 100% sure we're going to make it. And I would like to know for a fact that we're going to make it before I go. Because If anything, you guys want to see yourselves get killed, and Kercinee is no different. Ankro got to see himself get killed. Me and who else was on was on Moho with me? Somebody else. It wasn't Nathan, because he was stuck on Minmus. But we got to see ourselves get killed in a dream, but still. And it looks like, actually, it looks like Kercinee's going to be okay. I'm so confident. I'm going to turn a little bit. Time to apoapsis. I'm mostly watching that, because if that goes down, then I know I'm turning too aggressively. That means I'm no longer pushing my apoapsis away from me. So it looks like about a 45-degree angle is perfect. Yeah, looks like we're going to be fine. Okay, not quite as dramatic as I was hoping, but what are you going to do? Okay, we're back at the MegaSciencer. We have a maneuver node coming up in 3 minutes. It is a 27 meter per second burn, so it's probably about half a minute, give or take. I did collect the data out of the 2 things here, and I stored them in this pod. This pod's going to store all the data. We can't clean the experiments out, as I said, until Kercinee comes along and either hops in the science module to help Rob, or hops in the command module to be the commander while Nathan hops in the science module. Either way, something has to happen. So we're nearing our maneuver node here. We could probably just do it. I'm going to hit F5 and just go for it here. Let me zoom in on the moon so we can actually see what we're doing. It's kind of a crazy maneuver node. But it's going to... We're no longer going to be coming in this way. We're going to be coming in this way is what it is. So this should roll down here and then get a nice circular orbit here. And everything is orbiting this way, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and do it. And basically good. Let's go ahead and kill this maneuver node. Now, we should be able to, by burning towards Kerbin, bring our periapsis in. And I'm going to hit F5 again, because I don't want to waste too much fuel, although we have plenty. And I'm wrong. So we want to burn away from Kerbin. Of course we want to burn away from Kerbin. That's what I said. To bring our periapsis down just so we meet with the station there, which is pretty much perfect right there. Can probably be a little closer. That's good enough for me. And then now the next thing we need to do is do our burn here. We'll just set him as a target. Do a burn here to get a close approach. And it looks like actually we gotta not quite be quite so crazy. As soon as this guy comes around, there we go. There's our closest approach burn. That is in a day and a half. And before that, though, we are going to actually do our fuel lander, which I got into an orbit, and he has an encounter. So let's go ahead and take care of him right now. Okay, we're finally here. I'm going to close the alarm and unpause. We've got our target. We've got our velocity here. Where's our target? There it is. Not the greatest approach ever, but you know what? I'll take it. We're really not going that fast, considering how far away we are. I think I'm just going to get myself aimed at it, instead of worrying about all that malarkey with slowing down and all that stuff. We're just going to get aimed at it here. There we go. Now we'll worry about slowing down when we get close. That's the way we do things in Kerbal Space Program. Okay. Let's speed up time, get ourselves kind of close here. That's looking pretty good. And the sun, it looks like the sun has just risen, which is nice. Okay, let's see. I guess this docking port is as good as any. Get ourselves aimed kind of at it. Get ourselves thrusting towards it, as Kurt J. Mac would say. Yeah, I can't control the station and set myself up to, let's go and slow down. I can't control the station and set myself up to be aimed at the ship, because the ship is, the station is completely unmanned. There's nothing on it. It's just, well, it's got the cupola on it, but there's nobody in the cupola. Very unwieldy craft, this machine I have built. But what are you going to do? All you can really do is strive to be better next time. And the other thing you can do is dock correctly. I bumped into the docking port. I guess it's off. So it'd actually be easier if I backed away. And then... that way I could be moving forward. Ever so slight motions here. Seriously? Oh my god. Okay. I'm backing away. Let's change our velocity. So we're actually heading towards it. Then let's get our velocity vector actually pushing us in the correct direction. Meanwhile, let's keep ourselves aimed at the thing we want to get to. See, it's still not good. There we go. Turn off RCS. There we go. There we go. Okay, I knew I could do it. I was confident, with no reason whatsoever to actually be confident. Okay, these guys are at pump level 0, which is completely useless. All of them are at... these guys are at pump level 8, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to set these guys to pump level 6. Because I foresee a time when I want to make those pump level 8s pump level 7s. I'm actually just going to do it now. Or actually, no. I want them to be 8 all the time, because I don't want them to ever get stuff pumped into them. Okay, so these guys are pump level 6. So this guy needs to be pump level 5. And this guy needs to be pump level 5. And then we're going to turn on auto pump just on the middle one. And he will pump out while these guys balance with him. And we will fill up this space station. And then we're done. Kercinee can now chill out. We have so much fuel, it's ridiculous. So when the Sciencer gets here, in a day and 4 hours, we will dock to this thing, fill up his tanks, and start sending him down and getting tons of science. That's the goal. So, I think I'm going to stop this here because I have to start getting ready for work. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you're looking forward to seeing me do some science on Moon. And I am 5thHorseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.